Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the pre-match press conference of the fourth match day for the ACL AFC Champions League 2022 between United City FC and BG Pathum United, which will be played on the 24th of April 2022. So today I'm here with the United City FC head coach, Mr. Jason Witt, and the team player, Mr. Mark Hartman. So welcome. So the first question will go for the head coach. With the upcoming match as a back-to-back game, what is your team mindset coming into the match?
Yeah, it's quite funny, isn't it? You know, you play them a few days ago and then you're back playing them straight away. It's a bit of a strange format. Why they don't do it the other way around as play Dragons again. But no, you know the players are very disappointed from the last result. Obviously losing 5-0. I think I said it that night. I don't think it was a reflection on the result. Wasn't a reflection on the game. You know, the last 15 minutes. I think the way we played the last 15 minutes was a bit disappointing. Because for 75 minutes I thought we matched them pretty well, really. And the players realise that, you know, and they're here for a reason, and the reason they're here is to play in the Champions League. So it's, you know, they've just got to rise themselves for each game coming up, really.
Thank you for your answer. So the second question will go to the player. With the half of the game have gone by, what are your and the team current state?
Current state is that we have 0 points on the board, football perspective-wise. We've played everyone now, so we know all the other teams pretty much inside out. We need to go into these last 3 games and just give it our all. We've got nothing to lose. Only way we can go is up. So the boys always hungry. Everyone wants to play, even if we've got a small squad. But like you saw from the last game, it was just that 15 minutes, but we were in the whole game. I said after the game to the boys, I tell you what, if we didn't concede that second goal, I reckon we go on and we try to get something out of this game. It's pretty much the same for the first game. I thought we were in it, conceding again last few minutes. So yeah, we'll go to these last 3 games, give it our all, and hopefully try to get some results.
Thank you for your answer as well. So now we're going to turn the question to the media participant.
Thanks. Jason, as both of you have just said, it was sort of the latter stages of the match, but it's a bit of a pattern, isn't it? Because you had the John Dragons game with a late goal. Even the first BG goal was at the end of the first half. And we know the issues that you've had with, you know, lack of games and lack of a league. And
if you look at it, last year as well, it was quite similar last year. It was always towards the latter end of the game. And, you know, whether it's those fitness levels or, like I said to you before, that intensity of not used to playing at this level. But yeah, it does seem to be the last sort of 15, 10 minutes of each game.
So here and now, you know, we know all the factors. What can you actually do about it? You know, going into a game like this, you know it's an issue, but what is actually practically available to you as a way to avoid it?
Yeah, I think if you look at football as a whole, you know, there's more goals scored in the last sort of 10, 15 minutes, you know, whether it's Premier League or whatever it is, or World Cup national teams, it's exactly the same, really. It's when that fatigue kicks in. Some people they're obviously pushing forward because they want to get a result, but you know, our concentration levels have just got to be a little bit better. Sometimes you're trying to recognise if somebody's struggling, whether you need to make a substitution. But you know, as Mark's just mentioned, that you know, that strength and depth, you know, that we haven't got a big squad here than what we had last year, so it's difficult sometimes to rotate players. But no, I mean, I said to the boys before the game, you know, the game's in 93, 94, 95 minutes nowadays, so we've got to make sure we switch ourselves on for the whole of the game and not necessarily cave in. I just thought the game got quite open the last 15 minutes. It got a little bit end to end, and you know, the other factor really was, I think they had 18 shots, 9 on target. We had 11 shots, 2 on target. You know, we need to improve on that. Have we created chances to score goals? Yes, we have. You know, the only difference is we're not putting the ball in the back of the net, and that's why, you know, goal scorers are worth the weight in gold, really.
One for you, Mark. just looking back to last year, you got that win against Beijing, and obviously you had a big role to play in that. I think it's fair to say, the knockout stage is looking pretty unlikely for you, but how important would it be, having experienced it last year, to get something on the board in terms of a win in this group? What would it actually mean to you guys going through this experience to at least come away with something that shows, you've made an impact?
Yeah, it'd be massiff. I mean, you look at the results from this year to last year, it's in comparison. So, like I said, we haven't really been out, apart from a game, apart from probably Melbourne was like, they played really well, like they played some decent football. So, look at it, like I said, these last 3 games, if we get some points on the board, wins, I think it's doable. 100% it's doable. So, like going back to the Philippines and carrying on with the cup in the league there, it's going to be a big boost for us. And like we're not here just to take part. So, yeah, we do need to get some points on the board.
And just with yourself in this tournament, we've seen you playing up front, we've seen you in central midfield, but a lot of the players in your team have sort of had to do a couple of jobs in this tournament. Does it make it tougher? Does it make it, I know that you don't have a choice because of the way the squad is and everything, but does it make it more difficult, or is it a challenge that you don't mind taking on?
It's a challenge I don't mind. Like you say, if you ask any of the boys, like, can you fill in? Like, no one's going to say no. Like, everyone wants to play and everyone's going to give their all. I can't go through the team and be like, oh, he hasn't given 110% today. So that's just a credit to all the boys. They want to play, they all want to fight, and all want to play for the shirt. And like, whatever the coach says, if you say, oh, can you fill in the hole, play centre mid, got no problems with that.
And just, Jason...
Good players could play anywhere.
You were saying after the last game how when you sort of pressed BG, put them under a bit of pressure, they did make some mistakes and they did lose the ball a bit. You're playing the late game tomorrow. Does that help you do that for longer against them?
No, I mean, we didn't do it against Melbourne. We did it the first game. And obviously that was the plan going into the game. It wasn't just because we're playing BG. You've got to go and press people. Whatever level you're playing at, if you don't press people, it allows them to get the head up, pick passes out, play around you. And we didn't do that against Melbourne. So, whether we were playing BG or we were playing Melbourne again, straight after, we needed to go and press players really. And, it's not sort of something where, like I said in the press conference before, I don't want to just sit behind the ball. If we can try and win the ball high up the pitch, it's better because you're obviously close to the goal. You can create chances, which we did, and we've done it well. We've done it effectively. So now we'll keep that up as best we can, really.
Next question, please.
A question for the player. It's halfway through the group stage already. What do you learn now that you perhaps didn't learn from the previous 3 games, especially someone who's played in Thailand before, like yourself?
Yeah, I mean, going into the first game, I think the boys, it was a big jump, like Jason said, the intensity levels, playing in the Philippines and coming to the Champions League. Obviously, I've known it before, so I told the boys, like you're going to be working a lot harder, covering a lot more ground. But like I said, first game, I thought we were in it. Second and third game, like BG, the scoreline doesn't reflect the game. So, like, confidence levels are still there. We can go into these 3 games and trying to get something like I said, we're not here just to make up numbers and just play. Like, we're here to prove a point and put a name on the map, sort of thing. So the boys can go out there, give it their all, and I'm sure that we'll get something from these last 3 games for sure.
Next question.
You touched on a bit about putting for players who put their names out there, and in the previous press conference, your coach Jason talked about how in recruitment you got to look at the personality of the players, and how, and maybe speak to the coaches and players who work with them. Do you think that, like, yourself or your teammates has shown like positive examples in this tournament so far?
I mean, definitely. Just like look at our back 4, for example, our centre back and left back are young boys, and for them to be able to do a shift and like play really well and not getting the run around, that just goes to show that we've got players with ability that can step up. Just results haven't gone our way, but like I said, all the boys, they're willing to fight, put a shift in, and I know we're running with a small squad, but all the boys are doing a fantastic job. The team chemistry is there. We all fight for each other. You can see it from the games. Like we work until the final whistle. So yeah.
Jason, is that right? Yeah. You've mentioned it before, and Mark's also mentioned it now. The spirits are still high. The team has still, they're still together. They're still upbeat. A lot of teams in your situation with what you've been through before and during, they wouldn't be the same. A lot of teams would probably crumble in that situation. Why do you think that the spirits have remained so high? Is it something that you've put an emphasis on, or is it just the nature of the group?
I think as a coach, it comes down to you sometimes. If I go in there and, just lay into them, the spirits are going to go pretty low, really. I think there's a time when you've got to try and lift people. And I said to them, the boys the other day, what are our expectations here? Are we going to win this tournament? Not necessarily, but, we look at what we did last year. Can we try and build on that? Can we get another win? Can we go and get another draw somewhere? And try and build on what we did last year, really. I know it's a different squad and, there's different personnel there and the squad isn't as big, but, we're still talking about that Beijing game last year. When Mark came on the bench, we had 7 players pulled off the bus before the game. So it was quite a memorable moment, really, and it was a memorable moment for Philippines football to get 3 points in the Champions League. So, that I always try and say to them, where do you want to be playing? Be here next year, because you might not have this opportunity again. So make sure you're here next year, really, and enjoy the moment. Don't let it pass you by, and don't let it pass you by not giving 100%, because you might not get this opportunity again. So grasp it and take it. So it's, you've got to inspire players. That's your job as a football coach. Sometimes you might need to lay into them, but you've also got to keep the spirit high. And I've always try to keep a camp where it's a productive camp. It's a good spirit. I mean, some of the boys have been singing and because they've been new to the team and things. So it's little things like that, and how you do the training. You've got to recognise when you've got to lift them, and you've got to sometimes lay into them. But no, I think the spirit's been absolutely brilliant, really.
Any more questions? Okay. So thank you for your attendance and good luck on your next game.
Thank you.
Just look at that picture of you.
So, good afternoon. Welcome to the pre-match press conference of the fourth match day for the AFC Champions League 2022 between United City FC and BG Pathum, which will be playing on the 24th of April 2022. So today, I'm here with the BG Pathum United head coach, Mr. Makoto Teguramori. Welcome. And then the team player, Mr. Ganokpon Pusabakom. So welcome, guys. So the first question will go to for the head coach. With the upcoming match as a back-to-back game, what is your team mindset coming into the match?
早速監督にお聞きしたいのが、好きのゲームもまた2連続同じ対戦相手になりますけれども、どうでしょうか、今のチームの準備状況や心構えは。
まずいよいよグループリーグの後半戦に入るという折り返しの気持ちと、で同じチームと2戦連続戦うことに対してのユナイテッドに対しての後半戦の始まりという気持ちをしっかり作って、でまた新しいゲームでこのグループを首位で絶対抜けてみせるんだっていう意志欲をね整えて進まなければいけない後半戦の始まりだと思います。
ครับก็หลังจากที่ตอนนี้ผ่านมาครึ่งทางของการแข่งขันตอนนี้นะครับนักเตะทุกคนก็ยังมีความมุ่งมั่นเป็นอย่างดีแล้วก็ยังพยายามรักษาโมเมนตัมให้ได้แล้วก็อยากจะทำผลงานต่อให้ดีอย่างต่อเนื่องเพื่อที่จะสามารถเข้ารอบเป็นที่1ของสายให้ได้ครับ
After halfway through of the competition, players still have high confidence. They aiming for the same goal,
and they hope to get the best result and to finish on top of the table.
Okay, thank you for your answer. So the second question will go to the players. With half of the games have gone by, what are your and the team current state?
ครับก็ผ่านไปครึ่งของการแข่งขันแล้วอยากให้พูดภาพรวมโดยรวมของทีมครับว่าเป็นไงบ้าง
ครับผมก็ตอนนี้ครับผมก็ยังเป็นโชคดีอยู่ครับที่พี่ๆทุกคนนะครับและนักฟุตบอลทุกคนก็ยังไม่มีอาการบาดเจ็บนะครับตอนนี้ก็โค้ชก็ย้ำเตือนเสมอครับว่าอยากให้เล่นตามแท็กติกของโค้ชนะครับผมแล้วก็จะอยากเข้ารอบเป็นที่1ของสายให้ได้ครับผม
It's the best of luck for us. We have no injury player in the current time, and everyone in the team will follow the coach tactics and the coach instructions, and we just aim to finish on top of the table now.
Thank you for your answer as well. So now we're going to take turns for the question to the media participants.
Good morning. After the previous match against United City, you said that even though you won 5-0, the game was more difficult than you expected and you would make changes before the next match. What should we expect in terms of changes, and what did you learn from the previous match that you didn't know before about United City?
前回の試合で5対0という快勝のスコアに対してあんまり内容自体はよろしくなかったって会見の方でおっしゃってましたですが、どうでしょうか、その前の試合の反省点としてどういうふうに今回の試合に取り組もうと考えておりますか。
まず試合でお互いにねこう何をやられたら嫌で何をやったら効くのかっていうのをお互いに知れた試合になったと思います。で次のゲームはそれをまた継続してつけるかという部分と、やられた部分に関してはしっかり修正してこのゲームを迎えられるかっていうところがお互いに重要なポイントになると思います。
ครับก็จากเกมที่ผ่านมานะครับทำให้เห็นว่าคิดว่าทั้ง2ทีมครับก็จะได้เห็นแล้วว่าต่างคนต่างมีจุดอ่อนตรงไหนที่จะทำให้เราโจมตีตรงนั้นได้ซึ่งตรงนี้เองครับคิดว่าทั้งเราเองแล้วก็ทางยูไนเต็ดเองครับอาจจะต้องเตรียมตัวมาใหม่แล้วก็อาจจะต้องหาวิธีแผนการอื่นเพื่อที่จะทำยังไงก็ได้ให้คู่ต่อสู้รับมือได้ลำบากครับ
結局点取れたシーンというのはダイレクトプレーで長いボールを織り交ぜた攻撃がね BG は点取れたわけですけど、そうなった時に今度ユナイテッドがそのロングボールを対応すれば次は我々はこうコンビネーションでね仕掛けて崩さなければいけない時も来るだろうなと思ってます。
ฉะนั้นอย่างนัดที่แล้วที่เราได้ประตูเพิ่มเติมก็ส่วนมากมักจะเป็นบอลไดเรกที่ใช้บอลยาวครับซึ่งแน่นอนว่าทางยูไนเต็ดก็ต้องเตรียมรับมือมาแน่นอนเช่นกันฉะนั้นเองตรงนี้เราก็จะต้องพยายามเน้นเรื่องคอมบิเนชันให้มากขึ้นเพื่อที่จะสามารถเล่นงานพวกเขาให้ได้ในวันเกมการแข่งขันวันพรุ่งนี้ครับ
Both of the team, we can see all the weakness and strength on both team, our team and United City. We're trying to find the best way to play against each other on the next match for sure. Yes. For us, for the last game, we can see that some of the goals are from the direct ball, from the wrong ball, and we think United City will prepare for that. So we need to get some more combination play to put more strength on the game and aim for winning. Yes.
Next question, please.
A question for the player. This is your first season in the ACL, but your family's name is famous in this competition because of your father. Was it extra special, I guess, to score a goal on this stage, considering the kind of legacy and the impact that your father made with his teams in this competition?
ครับก็กนกพลก็ได้มาเล่น ACL ครั้งนี้ในปีแรกนะครับแต่ว่าชื่อเสียงของคุณพ่ออะไรนะฮะนามสกุลที่มีอยู่เนี่ยเคยสร้างชื่อเสียงอะไรมาแล้วใน ACL นะครับอยากถามความรู้สึกว่าตอนที่แบบยิงประตูได้นะฮะมันมีความรู้สึกยังไงนะครับแล้วก็มันรู้สึกไงบ้างฮะลองอธิบาย
ครับผมก็รู้สึกภูมิใจนะผมที่เราได้เดินตามรอยคุณพ่อครับผมถึงแม้ว่าคือบางทีก็คุณพ่อจะทำไว้ได้ดีนะครับผมแล้วก็รู้สึกภูมิใจมากครับผมที่ได้ยิงประตูแรกแล้วก็เหมือนกับว่าปลดล็อกตัวเองนะครับผมแล้วก็คือประตูแรกที่ยิงได้เนี่ยก็แบบพยายามสื่อสารแล้วก็บอกเขาว่าแบบผมพยายามเดินตามพ่อแล้วนะครับผมพยายามทำให้ได้นะครับผมแล้วก็ต้องขอบคุณพี่ๆในทีมทุกคนด้วยครับที่ซัพพอร์ตแล้วก็รวมถึงสตาฟโค้ชทุกคนนะครับผมที่ไว้วางใจแล้วก็ทำให้ผมได้แบบเข้ามายืนอยู่ตรงจุดนี้ครับผม
He's really proud to score and he was trying to think about his dad and he just want to tell him that hey dad I'm following your path I'm here and I'm just unlocking myself. He's really confident and he misses his dad a lot and he wants to say thanks to all the players and staff who've been keep supporting him for the whole competition and for the whole time.
Next question, please.
คำถามให้โค้ชครับผมในเกมที่แล้วน้องบอสได้เล่นแบบเหมือนเป็นออกมาทางปีกซ้ายหน่อยครับจากปกติที่จะเป็นกองกลางตัวกลางไม่ทราบว่าโค้ชมีความคิดยังไงเกี่ยวกับการจัดระบบอย่างเงี้ยครับผม
まず監督の方にお聞きしたいんですけども、ボスは本来ボランチのポジションに対して、今回は結構2列目のところで起用されてきたんですけども、それはどういうなんか狙いとかで考えてらっしゃるでしょうか。
さっき車の中で彼に話したので。
เมื่อกี้เพิ่งพูดคุยกันในรถตอนขณะเดินทางมาพอดีเลยครับ
本来ボランチです。で今サイドアタックが少し手薄になっている時にリーグ戦の時から実はボスをトレーニングの時でもサイドハーフをやらせるようにしてでそこには彼はその2列目から飛び出しだったりゴールに向かう姿勢というのは兼ね備えてるなとで逆にサイドハーフでのそういう攻撃的なところを身につけてのボランチになってほしいっていう思いも込めて今ここで経験させてます。
ก็เรื่องเกี่ยวกับให้บอสตอนนี้ขยับมาเล่นตรงริมเส้นมากขึ้นนะครับก็ความจริงมันมีหลายๆปัจจัยครับอันดับแรกเลยก็คือว่าในช่วงที่ผ่านมาครับเราผู้เล่นของเราในตำแหน่งตรงนี้ครับค่อนข้างมีคนบาดเจ็บเยอะแล้วก็ไม่ค่อยมีให้เล่นกันได้ก็เลยต้องให้บอสมาเล่นแทนแต่อีกส่วนหนึ่งก็คือว่าทางโค้ชครับเห็นศักยภาพของบอสว่ามีความสามารถที่สอดขึ้นมาจากแถว2แล้วเป็นลุ้นทำประตูได้ก็เลยคิดว่าอยากให้ฝึกตำแหน่งตรงนี้ไปในฐานะปีกก่อนแล้วก็พอกลับไปเล่นตรงกลางจะได้ยังมีสกิลตรงนี้ติดตัวไปใช้ในต่อยอดได้ในอนาคตครับ
They were talking about the player position where his normal position is the center midfield. Now we feel like he's moving to the left wing. And they asked the coach what's the point on that. He said we may suffer from our left winger may are injury and boss have a potential from he can score by running from the second line. So we just want him to play in that position with his potential and to gain his confidence.
自分がACL J リーグ時代に出た時に初出場した時にブリラムと対戦したんですけど、そのブリラムの監督がボスの父親だったっていうね。でそれをこのチームに合流した時にすぐ聞かされて、リーグ戦はなかなか出れないけども ACL でね使える選手だっていう話を聞いた時に、ACL に縁があって、で彼との出会いがあってってなった時に彼をきっちり育てなければいけないなっていう思いでいて、今こうしてね ACL に使うことができて、少し満足してます。
ก็อาจจะมีเรื่องความผูกพันส่วนหนึ่งครับก็คือตอนที่ทางเฮดโค้ชคุมทีมเวลกาตาเซนไดอยู่ครับตอนที่มาเจอกับบุรีรัมย์ใน ACL ตรงนี้ครับก็คือตอนนั้นก็คือคุณพ่อของบอลโค้ชแท็กเป็นคนคุมทีมอยู่ด้วยก็เลยอาจจะมีความผูกพันแล้วก็ได้ยินเรื่องนี้มาตั้งแต่แรกครับแล้วก็คอยบอกบอสเสมอว่าณตอนไทยลีกของเราแม้จะลงเล่นไม่ได้ครับก็ขอให้อดทนตั้งใจเรียนรู้ลำดับการเล่นของทีมไปจนณตอนนี้ก็คือบอสสามารถทำได้แล้วก็สามารถใช้ที่ ACL ได้ก็รู้สึกภูมิใจแทนตัวบอสเป็นอย่างยิ่งครับ
He's very proud of the players, and he have heard from his father about his positioning and stuff when he was alive and taking charge in Buriram and BG. So the coach keep telling boss that you need to be patient, you need to learn everything from now on. Sometimes you may have not a chance to play in the league, but now you have a chance to play in the ACL, so you have to learn for everything and aiming forward for your future.
Next question.
ถามให้บอสครับคืออย่างโค้ชเคยเป็นอดีตโค้ชU23ของทีมชาติญี่ปุ่นครับแล้วก็ในทีมตอนนี้ก็มีรุ่นพี่ในทีมที่เป็นระดับทีมชาติไทยเนี่ยครับสำหรับนักเตะดาวรุ่งอย่างเราอย่างเงี้ยครับไม่ทราบว่ารู้สึกว่าเป็นโอกาสที่ดีมากน้อยแค่ไหนครับที่ได้เรียนรู้กับทั้งโค้ชแล้วก็รุ่นพี่ที่มีประสบการณ์มหาศาลอย่างเงี้ยครับ
ครับผมก็โดยส่วนตัวนะครับผมก็รู้สึกดีใจครับที่ได้เข้ามาอยู่ที่นี่นะครับผมเพราะพี่ๆทุกคนเนี่ยเป็นระดับแนวหน้าของประเทศเลยก็ว่าได้ครับผมก็จะเก็บเกี่ยวประสบการณ์จากพี่ๆให้ได้มากที่สุดนะครับผมแล้วก็ยิ่งรู้ว่าโค้ชเทกุเข้ามานะครับผมก็เป็นโค้ชที่ผมก็ศึกษามาก่อนแล้วว่าเคยเจอกับคุณพ่อที่บุรีรัมย์ด้วยนะครับเคยอยู่ด้วยกันผมก็รู้สึกดีใจนะครับผมที่โค้ชเทกุไว้วางใจผมแล้วก็ให้โอกาสผมลงเล่นนะครับผมแล้วก็ผมจะตอบแทนนะครับผมแล้วก็จะทำหน้าที่ตรงนี้ที่ได้ลงสนามหรือว่าจะให้ดีที่สุดเลยครับผมก็ภูมิใจแล้วก็ดีใจมากๆครับ
We asked him for the feeling on how you feel to get a chance to be in this team where there's many experienced national team players and the coach like Makoto who were in charge for Japan under 23 and he said he's really proud of that and he have gained and learned a lot of experiences from the coach and the players. He's also proud that the coach was working with his dad before. They play against each other before, and he's very proud of that. He would like to say thank you to everyone, and he will learn and he will crave for his future.
Any more questions? Okay. So thank you for your attendance and good luck on your next game.
ครับ